parents, community, and guests, we are thrilled to celebrate yet once again another Black History moment at Heritage Middle School. On behalf of Dr. Hughes B. George, our very fine superintendent of Sunnybrook District 171, parents, we welcome you. We are super excited about you being here. We take not for granted each and every day providing quality education for our young people here in District 171. Each and every month we celebrate on each grade level excellence. This year's theme is all about inventors. Inventors along the way, the trajectory of African American culture. There are some outstanding acts tonight, outstanding walks through our history, the very fine African American culture from slavery till now. There are so many wonderful individuals who made contributions along the way. So let's greet our students and enjoy history in the world of inventors.
This is a story of a little boy named Theo who woke up one morning and asked his mother,
Mom, what if there were no Black people in the world?
well, his mother thought about that for a moment and then said,
Son, follow me around today and let's just see what it would be like if there were no Black people in the world. Now go get dressed and we'll get started.
Theo ran to his room and put on his clothes and shoes. His mother took one look at him and said,
Theo, where is your other shoe? And those clothes are all wrinkled, son. I must iron them.
However, when she reached for the ironing board, it was no longer there. You see, Sarah Boone, a Black woman, invented the ironing board, and Jan Mack Zellinger, a Black man, invented the shoe lasting machine.
Oh well, please go and do something to your hair.
Theo ran to his room to comb his hair, but the comb was not there. You see, Walter Simmons, a Black man, invented the improved hot comb. Well, this was a sight. One shoe, wrinkled clothes, hair a mess, even mom's hair, without a hair care inventions of Madam C.J. Walker. Well, you get the picture.
Let's do our chores around the house and then take a trip to the grocery store.
Theo's job was to sweep the floor. He swept and swept and swept. When he reached for the dustpan, it was not there. You see, Lloyd P. Ray, a Black man, invented the improved dustpan. So he swept his pile of dirt over in the corner and left it there. He then decided to mop the floor, but the mop was gone. You see, Thomas W. Stewart, a Black man, invented the clamping mop. Theo yelled to his mom,
Mom, not having any luck.
Well, son, let me finish washing these clothes and we'll prepare a list for the grocery store.
When she finished the wash, she went to place the clothes in the dryer, but it was not there. You see, George T. Salmon, a Black man, invented the predecessor to the modern clothes dryer. Mom asked Theo to go get a pencil and some paper to prepare their list for the market. So Theo ran for the paper and pencil, but noticed the pencil lead was gone. Well, he was out of luck because John Love, a Black man, invented the portable pencil sharpener. Mom reached for a pen, but it was not there because William Purvis, a Black man, invented the improved fountain pen. As a matter of fact, Lee Burridge invented the typewriting machine, and W.A. Lovett, the advanced printing press.
Theo and his mother decided to head out to the market.
Well, when Theo opened the door, he noticed the grass was as high as he was tall. You see, John Burr, a Black man, invented the improved rotary blade lawnmower. They made their way over to the car and found that it just wouldn't go. You see, Richard Spikes, a Black man, invented the improved automatic gear shift. They also noticed that the few cars that were moving were running into each other and having wrecks because there was no traffic signals. You see, Garrett A. Morgan, a Black man, invented the traffic light.
Well, it was getting late, so they just walked to the market, got their groceries, and returned home. Just when they were about to put away the milk, eggs, and butter, they noticed the refrigerator was gone. You see, John Standard, a Black man, invented the improved refrigerator, so they just left the food on the counter.
By this time, Theo noticed he was getting mighty cold. Mom went to turn up the heat, and what do you know? Alice Parker, a Black female, invented the heating furnace. even in the summertime. They would have been out of luck because Frederick Jones, a black man, invented refrigeration systems.
It was almost time for Theo's father to arrive home. He usually takes the bus, but there was no bus because its precursor was the electric trolley system. Improvements to the trolley pole and wheel were invented by another black man, Gilbert R. Robertson.
Theo's father usually takes the elevator from his office on the 20th floor, but there was no elevator because Alexander Miles, a black man, invented the automatic doors for the elevator.
He also usually dropped off the office mail at nearby mailbox, but it was no longer there because Philip Downing, a black man, invented the letter drop mailbox.
Theo and his mother sat at the kitchen table with their heads in their hands. When the father arrived, he asked, "Why are you sitting in the dark?" Because Lewis Howard Latimer, a black man, invented the filament within the light bulb.
Theo quickly learned more about it would be if there were no black people in the world, especially if he were ever sick and needed blood. Dr. Charles Drew, a black scientist, found a way to preserve and store blood, which led to his starting of the world's first blood bank.
Well, what if a family member had to have heart surgery? This would not have been possible without Dr. Daniel Hale Williams, a black doctor who performed one of the first open heart surgeries.
So, if you're like me and you ask, where would the world be without black people? Well, it's pretty plain to see.
We would still be in the dark.
Welcome to the Super Scientist Show. Today we will be interviewing people who knew the great plant doctor, George Washington Carver. Today we have Mr. Moses Carver, his first teacher, and a college professor ready to answer questions about this marvelous man.
Sick. As a baby, George got a disease called whooping that weakened his body, not his mind. His chores were cooking, sewing, and tending the garden. We called him the plant doctor.
You were his elementary school teacher. What was it like teaching in Missouri right after the Civil War?
It was hard to teach everyone because I had 75 children in one small classroom. But it didn't stop George. He was motivated to get an education.
How did you know that?
He taught himself to read. His family was so poor he couldn't afford to buy a pencil. No. He made a holder and used a tiny pencil that was only 1/4 of an inch long.
That was very clever.
He was smart but also hardworking. When other children played at recess, George studied. Soon, he knew more than I did.
Did he go to college?
Not right away. Can you believe some colleges will not take black students? Ask his botany professor.
First, I must ask, what is botany?
The study of plants. George Washington Carver was the best botany student on campus.
What kind of things did he study?
Carver started studying the diseases that attack the farmer's crops. He also experimented to find new ways to use different plants, especially peanuts. He made more than 300 products from peanuts. He even made soap and ink from peanuts.
He also made 118 products from sweet potatoes, including flour and candy.
He made 75 products from pecans, another type of nut grown in the South.
He even figured out a way to make balls from cotton sticks.
Sounds like he had many good ideas.
He was brilliant. By 1938, peanuts had become a $200 million industry and the chief product of Alabama.
Who are you?
Thomas Edison. That's me.
Mr. Edison, how would you know George?
Oh, I offered him $100,000 a year to work for me. That's what he said.
George thought he could do more good teaching at Tuskegee.
Here comes Mr. George Washington Carver himself. Mr. Carver, what advice would you give people today?
Reuse and recycle. Once I found an old stove at the city dump, I recycled it back into use.
He used old wrapping paper for notebooks.
Don't throw anything away after just one use. Everything can be used again.
Is it true you became a teacher as well as a scientist?
Yes, Booker T. Washington offered me a job at teaching at the Tuskegee Institute.
Were you a tough teacher?
I insisted my students to do each experiment right.
What if they said it's about?
If it's about right, then it's wrong.
How many patents do you have?
Just free.
Why didn't you pass all of your other books?
I felt like God gave me the discoveries I did to Stevie, so I couldn't sell them to someone else. But I let everyone use them.
Did you want to have a big house with money and stuff?
No, the truly successful person is the one who has learned to serve others.
Is that why you wanted to open $30,000 to the George Washington Carver?
And will the rest of your estate to that organization?
Yes, I wanted my work to carry on after I die.
Well, that's all the time we have. And tune in next time for more great inventors.
Live from Washington, D.C., the nation's capital, designed by builder Benjamin Banneker.
Nice celebration.
Yes, builder Ben Banneker has a beautiful sound to it. The Benjamin Banneker Show.
We've gone back in time to interview folks who knew Ben Banneker, inventor and builder.
So, Miss Mary Banneker, was Ben a big reader?
Yes, my mother and I taught him to read. He read the Bible to the family every night.
Where did he go to school?
And a school run by the Quakers. One day his teacher said he taught Ben all he could. From then on, Ben taught himself.
Joseph Levi, how did you know Ben?
We were neighbors. One day I showed him my mouthwash. He was so fascinated. I explained how it worked and gave it to him to study.
He took it apart and put it back together several times. Then he borrowed some books on geometry and Newton's laws of physics.
Why?
He'd once seen a large clock. Between studying the books and my watch, he built the French clock made in America.
He carved the parts, even the little gears, by hand from wood. That clock ran just fine for 30 years.
So, President Washington, how did you know Benjamin Banneker?
When I wanted to locate the nation's capital from Philadelphia, Ben helped Major Ellicott plan and build Washington, D.C.
I got to know Ben because he borrowed astronomy books and tools when he was teaching himself astronomy.
How did you get interested in the stars and the planets?
Another friend left him a telescope and some inventions in his will.
He was so intelligent. He could predict eclipses, sunrises, sunsets, and even the weather a year ahead of time.
Did he ever share any of his findings?
Yes, he wrote books and letters.
Who did he write to?
Thomas Jefferson. He explained how blacks were equal and as intelligent as white people.
So, how smart was he?
When the head of the project went back to France and took the plans for the streets, buildings, and monuments with him, Ben was able to redraw the plans from memory in just 2 days.
Amazing.
So, as I was saying, ladies, the combination of the three products in the synthesis will make Madam C.J. Walker's haircut so effective.
What do you call it again?
Well, we have the vegetable shampoo, which gives healthy body to your hair and gets rid of the dryness that comes from all those chemicals we're using.
It just feels wonderful.
And then there's a wonderful hair grower.
Wonderful hair blower.
Hair grower.
I don't understand. What does blowing hair have to do? Hair! I can hear you fine.
Never mind, Miss Jackson. Tell us about the wonderful hair blower, Madam Walker.
Well, when I first started using it, ladies, it was like a miracle. My hair had been falling out from all that ironing, but it started coming in faster than it had ever fallen out when I started using it.
Ooh, I'm so excited. I bet my hair looks wonderful.
Okay,
Well then,
It certainly will, dear. It certainly will. And of course, we end up with glossine, which makes your hair nice and shiny.
nice and slimy. Girl, it's shiny. Why would you want slimy hair? I don't want my hair to be slimy.
Shiny!
Dang. Where did the rice come in? I don't like mine.
What about my messy, kinky hair, Madam Walker? I've been trying other products, but they just don't make my hair less kinky. Like the man who sold it to me said they would. Would these products make my hair beautiful?
Well, to begin with, Mrs. Spencer, who convinced you that you didn't have beautiful hair?
The man who sells me my hair products.
A man? Owning and selling black women's hair products? A woman's hair
We can convince we can convince black women that their hair is beautiful and needs different care.
We? What do you mean, we?
Well, now that's the best part. I've been saving this for last. If you use my hair products and you like them, then you can become an agent of the Madam C.J. Walker Manufacturing Company.
An agent? You're offering us a job?
Starting at $5 a week.
$5 a week?
I never heard of a black woman making more than $2.50 a week. Are you saying this is legal?
100% legal, Mrs. Jackson. Not only do you get better hair products, but you get to get paid to tell other women about them.
$5 a week? Imagine what I could do with an extra $2.50 a week. Why, just in 2 weeks, I'd have enough to buy my husband a brand new suit for his birthday. It's just too good to be true.
And I don't want you to speak to our customers just about hair. We have to talk to them about health, nutrition, and self-sufficiency.
What's self-sufficiency?
Self-sufficiency? Take care of ourselves. Black women are strong and proud. It's about time that they started earning money to match their strength and their pride. I want all of our customers to know that they are independent and capable of standing on their own 2 feet, economically.
You can count me as an agent.
Me too. $5 a week?
Do we have to sell mice? I don't think my friends would like to buy any more.
No, Mrs. Carlton. In your case, we can skip the mice.
Thank goodness. I had enough mice to last me a lifetime.
Well, we'll only ask you to sell hair products.
Oh dear. I don't think I could sell hair or duck.
I'm sure you'll do just fine. Now, who would like to try some?
Me! Let me get my pocketbook!
As the sun rises and our parents set out to do more for master, we think of games for our imagination to capture. Simple movements of our hand, saying the name of a woman called Miss Mary Mack, helps us entertain ourselves for a moment, helps us forget that we're black. Slaves belonging to a generation, our freedom we'll never get back, so we lose ourselves in the cruel world with a simple clap.
What field did you excel in? Engineering, medicine, science?
A little of all three. I started out testing automatic air controls and then began to invent improvements on other electronic devices.
Like cell phones and iPods. Did you invent the cell phone?
No, that was after my time. I was born just after World War I.
Did you go to college and get a degree?
Yes, I got a 4-year degree but didn't have the money to get my master's degree.
You didn't seem to let that setback bother you. What did you invent or improve?
The pacemaker for the heart, resistors for guided missiles, TV, radio, and computers.
Resistors? Why did you want to resist TV and radio?
Not that kind of resistor. A resistor is used in electrical circuits to slow down the electrical current.
Why slow things down? I want fast electronics.
Don't resistors make products safer or better?
Correct. Too much current can burn out electronic parts or start a fire.
Then how did you improve your resistors?
I found a way to make them more reliable, less expensive, and able to withstand extreme changes in temperature, pressure, and getting knocked around.
What does a pacemaker do?
A pacemaker sends electrical signals to the heart so it will beat in a steady rhythm.
I bet that saved a lot of lives.
Maybe you should work with Dr. Patricia Bath to make an electrical iron.
Just as smart, though.
Or invent an electrical resistor that keeps him asking silly questions.
Did you only work in electronics?
No, I also invented a burglar-proof cash register and a chemical air filter.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Boykin.
It was my pleasure to be here.
George McCoy, welcome to Son Elijah like a boy.
It was very interesting. Chemical devices on our farm.
Why did you send him to Scotland to study mechanical engineering?
It was very interesting. The Civil War was going on in the United States.
Sir, I understand you were the railroad owner of the Michigan Central Railroad when we first hired Elijah McCoy. Why are you wearing a mask?
Parents, I didn't believe a black man could really have an engineering degree.
What did you hire him to do?
Lubricating.
What does lubricating mean?
Add oil or something slippery to keep the metal parts moving smoothly.
Why did you change your mind about him and promote him?
He started inventing ways to make running train engines easier and better. He was clearly a brilliant man.
Were you ever a slave?
No, my parents ended up on the Underground Railroad, so I was born a free man.
Mr. McCoy, I understand you have many patents. What is a patent?
The government gives an individual patent for exclusive rights to make its cellular for a certain number of years.
Why give out patents?
To encourage inventions and protect them so no one copies your work.
Is that where the expression real McCoy comes from?
It is.
So when other people made products like yours, but as Dylan, buyers would ask for the real McCoy, meaning a product invented by you, Elijah McCoy?
Right.
How many patents do you have?
52.
What else did you invent?
The folding iron board, a lawn sprinkler, and many things that made it easier to run a steam engine.
Good morning, folks. As neighbors of Elijah McCoy, how would you describe him?
He was kind. He encouraged neighborhood children to go to school and get an education.
He would show them the things he invented to get them interested in studying. He would even hire young black men to work in his factories when most people